Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Leo December 2017 horoscope forecast. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Well, anyway, people, as far as December goes, the Sun will be in Sagittarius from the 1st until the 21st. So the 5th house will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. This could be a strong focus on and concentration of energy on expansion in one's love life, expansive energy in one's love life, I should say. A lot of exuberance and enthusiasm and optimism in 5th house matters, such as speculation, love, romance, and just things of enjoyment in general. Perhaps Leo might be taking some kind of hobby in some Sagittarius-like field, and there might be a very strong concentration of energy in it and shining in it, such as archery, sports in general, something with a horseback, horses like horseback riding, philosophy, something even something that just anything that could be Sagittarius, like just sports, in things, in adventure, things of the outdoors. So anyway, well, the Sun, as far as December goes, the Sun will be in Capricorn from the 21st till the 31st, and the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So for Leo at this time, this could be some strong focus and concentration of energy on structure and discipline in one's work life, being very responsible in it, handling responsibilities in work-related matters and in health as well. And a lot of serious energy in this as well, taking the health very seriously. It could even be, just incorporating, putting that discipline into that routine for Leo, and having a very strong concentration of energy and focus in it. So anyway, well, the next thing I'm going to talk about, well, the full moon will be in Gemini on December 3rd. So for Leo, the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So this could be about perhaps Leo becoming full and having enough of, maybe spreading themselves too thin as far as aspirations and goals go. There could be such a thing as being too versatile and too multifaceted, so to speak, and you could kind of dissipate yourself through lack of a concentration of purpose. I think a lot of this full moon in Gemini energy is about this, and of course it varies depending on what house it's in. Anyway, back to Leo. This could be the culmination or ending of some kind of a writing project, something that might be tied into one's aspirations and goals. It could be something else with communications, such as data communications. And remember that communications is not just restricted to writing and journalism or what have you. And this could be about maybe maybe getting tired of hearing gossiping from friends and from acquaintances. This could be a time where Leo finally reaches the boiling point and lets that Leo, maybe that Leo ferocity comes out, so to speak, and that really strong explosion from Leo, that roar. Maybe their anger will ascend to a roar, unfortunately. Hopefully not for most anyway. But anyway, I want to get to the new moon. Will be in Sagittarius on December 18th. So the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So for Leo at this time, this could be perhaps something new Leo may embark on. It could just be something, Sagittarius related, such as just something in the outdoors in general, which could be like a hobby, like a new hobby that Leo might embark on. And it could be something with the outdoors. It could just be something like, for example, going around in one's community and going around with a metal detector and trying to find coins and other metallic objects, perhaps, if that's possible. It is a metal detector. So that is an example. Taking up a sport as a hobby, such as archery, any sport which covers many things. Boxing, bowling, any sport, as a hobby or thing of enjoyment or amusement. And it could be a new lover relationship if Leo is unattached that may be initiated or embarked on. And it could be with a lot of this Sagittarius, like optimism, exuberance, expansiveness, and enthusiasm. And it could, and may even be with a Sagittarius sun, moon, or ascendant, or somebody that simply embodies Sagittarius-like characteristics. So anyway, well, the next thing is Mercury will be in Sagittarius in December. So the fifth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So at this time for Leo, there can be perhaps a lot of communication, a lot of enthusiastic communication, philosophical discussions in matters of the heart, perhaps things of a speculative nature. And could be done with a lot of that Sagittarius like exuberance and enthusiasm. There could also be talking about sports more, which could be very enjoyable, being that we're talking about the fifth house. But also keep in mind that it's going to be retrograde Mercury from the 3rd till the 22nd, so it could be going back to philosophical, religious discussions with a child, with somebody that Leo may be in a romantic relationship with, if applicable. So anyway, well, the next thing I want to talk about is Venus will be in Sagittarius as far as December goes, from the 1st until the 25th. So the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So at this time for Leo, there could be perhaps a love, maybe it could be some love on the horizon for Leo if Leo is unattached, one that is very, has a lot of romance in it. It could be with somebody that might be a Sagittarius sun, moon, or ascendant, or simply somebody that embodies those characteristics. This could also be, perhaps fortuitous, considering we're talking about Venus is about money. And also, more so being fortuitous that it's in Sagittarius, it could be fortuitous for making money, perhaps in something that Leo likes as a hobby. It could even be something connected with entertainment. And this money that Leo might be making could be something that gives them a lot of enjoyment and really done with a lot of that Sagittarius-like enthusiasm and expansiveness. So anyway, and also it could be perhaps about enjoying Sagittarius-like things with children, such as sports, such as religion, philosophy, higher education, increasing, learning, maybe talking to children about maybe things they learned in their higher education, things, maybe even matters connected with publishing, just anything Sagittarius-like. So anyway, well, Venus will be in Capricorn as far as December goes, from the 25th until the 31st. And the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So at this time for Leo, well, this could be about perhaps enjoyment, maybe of incorporating pragmatism, conventionality, and discipline into one's daily routine. It could be into a workout program or regime, and being very consistent with it as well, and showing the strong responsibility in that, and also showing strong responsibility in work-related matters. And it could lead to making more money than usual, because we're talking about Venus in the 6th house of work and employment. Now, don't get me wrong, people, most people are making money when they are, you're at a place of employment, you're making money, but when you have Venus there, I think it can increase that income perhaps a little bit, especially if it's making, say, you have a good aspect to, say, Jupiter, for example, a sextile or trine to your natal Jupiter, which could obviously help immensely. So anyway, well, the next thing I'm going to talk about is Mars will be in Libra as far as December goes, from the 1st until the 9th. So for Leo, the 3rd house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So this could be perhaps if applicable, if one has siblings and of course neighbors, those situations with them might be somewhat contentious and acrimonious, but keep in mind we're talking about Libra energy, so this could be more passive, aggressive energy going on here, and this could be more about arguments that aren't outwardly combative. It could be just about, say, someone changing the subject if they don't agree with something, or maybe not responding or not being compliant with somebody's request, things of that nature. And this could just be really just in general, there might be a little bit more propensity to be more active physically and mentally during this time than usual. And it could be doing things of a Libra nature, such as something connected with art, or something, maybe matters connected with the law. It could be with negotiation, with compromise, with reconciliation, things of that nature. So anyway, the next thing I want to talk about, Mars will be in Scorpio. As far as December goes, from the 9th until the 31st, and the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So at this time, Leo might show a lot of fixated and obsessive and real intense energy, perhaps in home-related matters, and maybe doing things of a transforming nature at home, such as doing renovation, expending a lot of energy in the process. And it could also, this could also be about more it could be acrimonious and contentious situations with family members in the home life, and which could they might be connected with Scorpio, like jealousy, and they might be very intense and passionate ones, since we're talking about Scorpio energy, and perhaps a lot of energy going into one's digging deep into one's roots and one's traditions. And also, as far as I mean, it could be possible too that one could become more irritated with matters connected with emotional security at this time, because the 4th house is about that, of course, as well. So anyway, it's also important to be more careful of accidents in the home when you're talking about Mars in 4th house energy. So anyway, well, the next thing I want to talk about, okay, Jupiter will be in Scorpio this month. So the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So at this time, this could be a little bit of an increase in surreptitious activity in the home. So it could be more sneaky activity going on, but at the same time, it could be luck through transformation and matters connected with the home and family life, whether it's relocating or doing some modifications and renovations with one's home. It could be luck too in digging deep in terms of getting to one's roots, maybe finding out more about one's traditions with it could be a lot of extensive research that may be involved in this. And this could also be very fortuitous for the home life and family in general, and expanding the home life, perhaps, such as maybe adding a new family member. It could be a very auspicious period in general for the home and family. Anyway, now getting to, well, Saturn will be in Sagittarius as far as December goes, from the 1st until the 20th. So the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So at this time for Leo, this could be about certain controlled enthusiasm and optimism, perhaps in matters connected with love, with romance, matters with children, incorporating discipline. It's really about discipline with them. And also, Capricorn might feel a little bit restricted in showing enthusiasm and exuberance at that time, as far as 5th house matters go, such as romance, speculation, children, things that are hobbies and games, and even sports at this time as well. And there's a danger of being overly rigid and one-track mindish, so to speak, in those 5th house matters, as well during this time. And it's possible that Leo might be taking care maybe of a debilitated child or even a romantic partner at this time with maybe some Sagittarius-like issues, such as something with the thighs, the hamstrings. So anyway, the next thing I want to talk about, okay, as far as December goes, Saturn will be in Capricorn from the 20th until the 31st. So at this time, the sixth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So at this time for Leo, this could be about maybe certain restrictions work-wise. In some cases, this could be, because we're talking about Capricorn, maybe government restrictions which maybe prohibit the person from working as much as possible. I mean, one example could be like Social Security, disability. It's about being following the rules and regulations, so to speak, at this time, and really incorporating discipline in one's daily routine, doing so in a very consistent and methodical, like Capricorn manner. This could be a time too where Capricorn may be taking maybe dealing with somebody in their daily routine, or somebody prominent in their work life that might be debilitated or have some Capricorn like limitation or hindrance going on. So there might be some problems with somebody with the bones or with the knees, as an example. So anyway, and also the health, there might be certain restrictions for Leo as well, and it might be tied into those examples I stated before, such as the knees or the bones, for example. So anyway, well, the next thing I want to talk about is Uranus will be in Aries still. So the ninth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So at this time for Leo, Leo might experience some unpredictability, perhaps in matters connected with in-laws and grandchildren, if applicable. This could be a time, too, where there might be a rather spontaneous or unexpected long-distance journey taken, or one of an unusual nature. This could be about really showing a lot of maybe more or ingenious or original-like philosophies during this time, and being very in ones that are maybe even pioneering, considering we're talking about Aries energy blended in here as well. And also this could be a time where Leo might take up some kind of higher education course that might be Uranus, like such as an esoteric subject or something connected with computers or electronics, even rocket science in some example, in some isolated instances, aerospace. So anyway, well, the next thing I want to talk about, Neptune will still be in Pisces. So the eighth house will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So at this time, while Leo might be experiencing perhaps there might be some lethargy connected with making some major change, lethargy and confusion all rolled into one, perhaps, in terms of making a major transformation or change in any matter connected with regeneration or rebirth. And this could also be about, in some cases, there might be some deception and duplicity maybe connected with the sexual partner at this time, or somebody that may be someone that Leo is having an intimate relationship with at this time. There might be more sexual fantasies at this time than usual for Leo. And Leo might experience some kind of death with somebody that might be a little bit nebulous, or there might be something unclear where those details are just not quite visible at this time for Leo. And there might be some confusion connected, perhaps matters connected with taxes and or insurance, perhaps, at this time for Leo. So anyway, well, next thing I want to talk about, Pluto will still be in Capricorn. So the sixth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So at this time, I mean, I know a lot of people don't want to hear the dreaded D word, but sometimes this could indicate a death of somebody in one's daily routine. It could be, perhaps somebody in the place of employment, or somebody that's prominent in their health life. It could be a doctor or somebody that they know well at a health and fitness club. And also, in some cases, this could be the obliteration of health in some isolated cases, but generally, it's more, it could also be about a health problem, health situation coming to an end for Leo. And this could also be about showing having power and control in one's health, in one's employment, in one's work life as well. In some cases, though, this can give some kind of obsessive or more obsessive compulsive, at least like tendencies at this time than usual. The health situation would figure more, I would say, with a Leo. Somebody actually had a Leo ascendant, and Pluto was making an inconjunct to the Leo ascendant from the 6th house. So anyway, well, the next thing is that the North Node will still be in Leo, of course, and the 1st house, of course, is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So at this time, this could be about, as far as the future and moving forward for Leo, it's more about the self and doing things as far as maybe having to be a little bit more extravagant on the self, such as buying clothing for oneself. Maybe it could be things connected with the physical body, working out vigorously in order to look better for others. It could be expressing more, getting in touch with one's own needs at this time. That is where a lot of the direction may be going, since we're talking about the North Node and 1st house energy. Leo having to be a little bit more magnanimous and generous than usual. It could be about more attention, personal recognition, getting accolades and recognition themselves, individual accolades and awards. That could be what Leo could be focusing on at this time. So anyway, well, the Black Moon Lilith will be in Capricorn, so the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo in December. So, well, this could be an unveiling, perhaps, or some revelation of perhaps an employee, somebody in one's daily routine that might show some ruthless or tyrannical qualities even. This could be a revelation or unveiling of somebody that turns out to be a formidable adversary. That could be a Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or somebody that embodies those characteristics, and somebody that Leo may know in their daily routine. It could be somebody that figures prominently in their health life. It could be somebody that they know at a health and fitness club, somebody that they may know as an employee at a place where they work at. So anyway, the next thing I want to talk about, okay, last but not least, Chiron will be in Pisces still, so the 8th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Leo. So at this time, well, Leo might experience some wounds and some suffering, maybe connected with gullibility, maybe over a sexual partner, somebody they're having an intimate relationship with. It could be over self-delusion of a sexual partner, so maybe they over being overly idealistic of one. It could be over maybe trying to make a major change, being overly idealistic to the point of unrealistic on making a major transformation or change in one's life. In some cases, this could be about a sexual partner maybe involved in drugs and or alcohol at this time, and Leo might be suffering to some degree because of it. And there might be some emotional wounds and suffering, maybe connected with confusion and ambivalence over making that major transformation or change. Maybe there's some matters that are connected with taxes and insurance that are confusing and confounding at this time. That is giving Leo all kinds of figurative headaches. So, and anyway, on the positive side, though, remember that, Chiron is also the healer. So, it's the wounded healer. So this could be about showing that Pisces-like compassion and empathy in helping others out and making a major change or transformation, and maybe even dealing with matters connected with death, and maybe even helping somebody on matters connected with taxes and insurance. It could be another thing as well, and maybe even through astrology in some cases. If the person is an astrologer or is or somebody that is at least an astrology enthusiast. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Leo December 2017 horoscope forecast. Stay tuned next time where I'll be giving you my Virgo December 2017 horoscope forecast. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.